President John F. Kennedy spent his final morning at a breakfast in Fort Worth. Congressman Roger Williams, who currently represents the 25th District of Texas, was there. He was just 15 years old that day and was one of the last people, in fact, to shake the president's hand. Caroline Vandergrift talked to the congressman about his experience that day.
He calls it the family museum.
It started with letters. My grandfather kept every letter anybody had written him.
It's a special place for Congressman Roger Williams to preserve history from 1838 to now.
We're generating so much out of Washington.
November 22nd, 1963 has its own section.
Our lives changed that day.
When you see these pictures of the president and his wife that day, I mean, I'm sure it just takes you right back to looking at them.
There's no question, and they are frozen in time.
You may have heard the drums roll in the background in anticipation of it. When the president walks in, they will play Hail to the Chief.
So that morning was a huge day in Fort Worth because a lot of schools were let out. The president was coming to town. He'd gotten in the night before.
Williams was 15 years old when President John F. Kennedy came to visit. He and his mother got to attend the Chamber of Commerce breakfast for him at the Hotel Texas.
And I remember we had great seats, and we were looking right at the president, right where he addressed on the big podium. Mrs. Kennedy was not on the stage. She was running late, and she came in late and stepped up on the stage in that beautiful pink dress. And everybody went nuts and cheered for her and everything.
2 years ago, I said that, introduced myself in Paris by saying that I was the man who had accompanied Mrs. Kennedy to Paris. I'm getting that same sensation as I travel around Texas.
Williams' dad was a car dealer at the time who supplied several cars for the president's motorcade during his time in Fort Worth. In exchange, he asked if his wife and son could meet the president. After Kennedy's speech at the breakfast, Secret Service agents ushered the pair to a small room by the exit.
Now the presidential party will leave Fort Worth, go to Dallas.
Mother and I were standing there, the two agents were there, and all of a sudden Mrs. Kennedy came around the corner in that pink dress. And she shook my mother's hand, my mother's hand, who was next to me, and she shook my hand and stood right next to me. And I can't even tell you how I felt. I mean, there she was standing next to me. And then shortly thereafter, the president came in, he had a cigar in his mouth. He took a puff out of a cigar and put it in a sand urn like that. And came around and shook my mother's hand, and came and shook my hand and did not let go of my hand, and looked back at my mother and said, "You got a good-looking young man here."
In that interaction with the president, were you able to get any words out to him?
Well, I was so nervous and scared. You know, when he shook my hand, I didn't say anything. I don't think I could have told you my name at that point.
This photo was taken right after that meeting as the president left the hotel to head to Dallas.
And when they got in their cars and left, Mother and I got in ours, and she took me to school.
Williams was in class when he heard the man he just met had been shot.
Principal came in and whispered something in Mr. Henning's ear, my history teacher. He put his hand on the desk and started crying, and we said the president had been killed.
An act that altered the course of history and shattered Williams' worldview.
Nobody leaves their doors open now. Churches lock their doors. People are weary of other people. I'm telling you, in my lifetime, that's what changed it right there, that moment. And it's still with us.
A real loss of innocence that day.
Total loss of innocence.
6 decades later, every detail burned into his memory.
And the story I've told you is the story I remember. It's in my head. It'll never go away.
The tragedy, alongside the moment that eventually led to Williams' career in public service.
He wasn't a Democrat or Republican to me. He was the president, and he told me, that morning, he told me in that speech, "You can do this. You can be like me." And it all hit home to me. A guy wasn't even interested until that day I got to see him.
The 35th President of the United States, who inspired generations to ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. Caroline Vandergrift, CBS News, Texas.